Stacy's with us in Atlanta. Hi, Stacy. How are you?
Fine. Thanks for asking.
Sure. How can I help?
Hey, listen, I have a car, and it's a Mercedes, so it's kind of expensive, but it's my dream car. But my boyfriend says that I should get a less go down. What am I saying?
He thinks your car's too expensive.
Yeah.
So how much do you owe on your Mercedes?
$9,995 to be precise.
You owe $10,000 on your Mercedes.
That's correct.
What is the car worth?
I asked my credit union, and they were willing to give me 7, but I did the Kelley Blue Book, and it was saying 18.
Okay. Something's wrong. Something's off, right? Somebody's got some bad information. Either you did Kelley Blue Book wrong or your credit union looked it up wrong. So go to Kelley Blue Book. Now, when you did that, did you look at retail or private sale?
Retail.
Okay. I want you to go back and enter the numbers in again. Okay.
When I did I looked at the retail as well, too, Dave. And that was 17. So it wasn't too bad. So.
Okay, wait a minute. You just told me retail was 18, and then you said I looked at the retail and it was 17.
I'm sorry.
I'm confused.
Private. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Private
sale was 17.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, the credit union information must be off. What model and year of Mercedes is it?
It is a C300 Sport.
What year?
2010.
Yeah, it's probably 17. Okay. All right. That's a great little car. What is your income?
I make approximately 28 a year.
All right. Well, here's a rule of thumb, okay? Mercedes is a great car. I actually have a GL. I have one of the SUVs from them. It's a fabulous car. And what the car you've got's a really nice car. You're right. But here's the thing I've learned, and here's what your boyfriend's pointing out, Stacy. If you want to become wealthy so that you can drive whatever you want to drive and live your dreams and be able to be generous to others, you have to understand that when you have money tied up in things, when you have a lot of money tied up in things going down in value, it's very difficult to become wealthy. Wealthy people put money in things that are going up in value.
Okay.
So the rule of thumb that I use is, and you and I both know, cars go down in value pretty quickly.
Yes.
Pretty quickly. They're pretty much a black hole for money, right?
Okay.
So, yes, this is a sweet car, but as a percentage of your world, I mean, you make 28 and you have 20 in a car. It's the biggest thing you own, and it's going the wrong way in value. And so it is out of line. You have too much tied up in things going down in value. And it's not to say the car's not nice. It's not to say you don't deserve a nice car. The question is, what are your goals? If your goals are to 10 years from now own an old Mercedes and still be broke, you're right on track. Okay? You can keep up, you can keep doing exactly what you're doing. If that's your goal, you're going to hit your goal. But if I'm you, my goal is to be making 48 or 58 10 years from now and have paid for a car and some money in the bank.
Okay.
That would be my goal. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So you just got too much tied up in this car, and you bought the car because it was cool and because some idiot loaned you the money. And it just, but I think your boyfriend's probably on track there. I think he's probably giving you some good advice to stop and look at that. Now, again, someday, what I believe is if you live like no one else, you pay a price to win. Later, you get to live like no one else. And so when I went broke, Stacy, several years ago, I drove junk cars for a while. And now I don't drive. Now I don't drive a junk car anymore because I drove junk cars for a while. You live like no one else. Later, you get to live and give like no one else. You drive like no one else. Later, you get to drive like no one else. And so that's the moral of the story here. And so you can't act like you're rich when you're not. It'll cause you to be broke your whole life. And you didn't mean to necessarily. You didn't say, I'm trying to show off or something. You just found a really sweet, cool car and went, I want this car. And you never really stopped to think about what it was going to do to damage to your future. And so I think he's giving you good, mature advice. You do need to move down in car. So if it were me and I woke up in your shoes, I would sell the car for $17,000 and I would buy a paid-for $7,000 car, no payments. And then I'd start investing and building some wealth and getting my income up, keeping my career on track, and move up in car with cash as you go along. That's how I would do it if I woke up in your shoes. Good question. Thank you for calling in. I'm honored to have you in our audience. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.